sparkly eyes, smile on your face, and engaging, but the world is yours. I knew that. I knew because I was that way because my mom made me that way. And I really liked its consequence. To be friendly, got friendly back. Wow. Free. And when I decided to be happy all of the time, I wondered, how can that happen? And so I will describe two strategies. One, I dove into the ocean of gratitude and never found the shore. Now, the metaphor of the ocean, you know, if you're not swimming, you sink. And so it's not a passive process. You are grateful, grateful, grateful. I estimate that I'm grateful for 10 billion things, and I'm willing to list them one after the other until everyone has left the room. To be grateful. And if people forget gratitude, come with me on a clown trip and you will not believe how some people can suffer. So that's one really important thing to, if you want to be happy, is be thankful. The other thing is that I make me, meaning in every moment I am thinking who I want to be, deciding to be that person, and then being it. And the formula I use uses 3 words: intention, performance, and consequences. I will love life. Notice I'm not saying, I'll try to love life. I could love life. I should love life. I will love life. No exit. And you're thinking, no one can do something all the time, but notice how 100% of your life you live the intention, I will not step in front of a large, fast-moving semi-tractor trailer. And that's what I found very interesting. I don't like any psychiatric labels, but people labeled schizophrenic or bipolar. If you want to see how smart they are, they stop at the curb. I noticed when they were in our house that they were there for dinner and disappeared when the dishes needed done. It's very high social clarity. So you have an intention. You can have many intentions. You heard the 6 qualities for our hospital that are 6 intentions. That you have an intention. I will love life. So what's your job? From the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed, you're thinking, what performance in this moment will best put my intention forward? And you have that wonderful little cybernetic loop there. How did I do? What are the consequences? Notice there's no free time. In Buddhism, it's called mindfulness. You're present, you're present, you're present, you're present, you're present, you're present. Who am I now? And we know that if we don't take that step, that the world is very happy to make us who they want to be. Just read 20th century literature. That no longer do we need Gestapos to control people, we just have to make them non-resisting, pliant consumers. And then they won't rise up. And that's really how I've done it. That I don't take any time off from it. I know I haven't been sick as an adult. And I have had a regular exercise program, if you're looking for some wisdom around being healthy. Aerobics, weightlifting, yoga for 45 years. I can still dance all night to fast rock and roll. I can sit on the floor, spread my legs, and put my whole upper body flat on the floor. It took 5 years of stretching. But by doing it and keeping it, it's easy to do whenever you want to do it. And I think that and we know a lot more about neurophysiology, biochemistry now than we did, and everything, of course, is chemistry. And there are chemistries for joy and chemistries for misery. chemistries for joys are much more health-giving than the chemistries for misery. And that's, you can inquire. The short form is, if you have food and a friend, what are you bitching about? I actually mean it. You know, half the world lives on less than $2 a day, half of them on less than $1 a day. I estimate I've held 2,000 children in my arms the day they died of starvation. So I'm not complaining. I'm really thankful. And I want to make it so no one dies of starvation unless we're all dying of starvation. Okay, the root of me is I'm nuts, okay? I love Goofy. I love Goofy. I have spent my whole life, I'm sure I've been at 10,000 deathbeds as a clown. I've clowned for 5 men in Trinidad who were hung the next day for capital crimes. Why do I look this way? Other than the fact that men's clothes are pretty boring. There are 3 public health reasons to look this way. I tried 50 earrings, by the way. The fork was the winner. Blue hair, the costume. One reason is that most people are alienated. Most people are lonely. Whether from the 50s on, psychologists, all kinds of sociologists, people have been writing about the lonely crowd. Alienation. In fact, for me, depression is never an illness. There's no such illness as depression. It's a pharmaceutical company diagnosis. Depression is a symptom of loneliness. But no one would ever be able to sell